going on, everyone? Welcome to week 7 of Sportorium podcast. Today, we're going to go over the games past week. Weird upsets once again. Some just disgusting games like usual. To get into it, we're going to go to the Thursday night game, the Saints and Cardinals. Finally got to see Cardinals offense with D-Hop.
Wasn't a terrible game on Thursday night.
Yeah, it was probably one of the best Thursday night games, if not the best.
It probably was the best, yeah.
Andy Dalton sold with 2 picks in 2 minutes.
That was actually insane.
Yeah, he was nominated for FedEx Air Player of the Week, though. So,
I mean, yeah, if you add those pick sixes to the touchdown total, it's incredible. Yeah, that Cardinals offense looked like it opened up a bit with D-Hop, though. D-Hop looked great.
Yeah, Robbie Anderson looked really good.
He looked so good.
I don't even know if he played.
He played like 2 snaps and had 1 target.
And Kyler overthrew him. It was.
Oh, well, he'll be throwing a fit on the sideline.
Well, we
next
just
week.
saw Kyler spam D-Hop the whole game.
Yeah. And the score is very misleading because the offense still didn't look great. It was just
they did have 2 pick sixes. The offense technically got outscored by the Saints.
Regarding the Saints, though, they just run up the middle with Alvin Kamara like so many times. And then I think it was like right before the half, they're like running screens to Mark Ingram. It's like the complete opposite of how you should be using those players. They used Kamara on some screens towards the end of the game, though, and got him more involved. It doesn't make much sense, though.
Saints don't make a lot of sense in general.
There's definitely a lot of controversy with Jameis and Andy Dalton, because Andy Dalton is making that team look really good.
I mean, they're probably not going to put up much different numbers from each other.
Probably not, but I feel like Andy Dalton's just a better decision maker for that
Probably.
team. Might be better off with him. Next game we're getting into is the Atlanta Falcons Cincinnati Bengals game. Classic Falcons just not utilizing their weapons. Drake London had 1 catch.
I feel like he hasn't done a lot in a while.
Yeah,
No, he's been very, very cold. He started off the year so hot.
Yeah, he did.
Looks like easily one of the best rookies in the league, and now he's
Pitts still does nothing.
Yeah, like 3 catches.
I think he had 3 catches for 9 yards.
Just blocking every play still.
It's ridiculous.
This game was a big boost for Joe Burrow and the Bengals.
Yes.
Had over 400 yards.
Chase,
that's what you expect.
Yeah, this is exactly how they were last year. It's just been a really slow start for them. And Tyler Boyd is fantastic for some reason.
Well, I mean, he's always been good. It's just he kind of like gets overshadowed by Jamar and T.
Yeah, but we could see that he's still a very capable receiver.
Oh, yeah, definitely. If he was on another team, he'd be starting easily.
Yeah, like the Patriots.
Probably.
Definitely, actually. Next game we're getting into is the Cowboys and the Lions. Dak just looked so rusty.
Yeah, well, I mean, he hasn't played since week 1, so.
They squeaked out a win against the worst defense in the league.
Yeah, Zeke scored a couple touchdowns. Didn't look terrible. Him and Tony Pollard both looked solid.
Yeah, that's the only thing that I could say, like, definitively positive about.
But on their defense, too.
They just have a very good defense. It's not really surprising anyone.
Yeah.
And the Lions offense, like, forgot how to play.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. They, like, fell off the face of the earth.
And now St. Brown, he was out early that game.
He didn't even get a concussion. They just took him out of the game.
Yeah, the new rules that if you look like wobbly or something, that you're just instantly
gone.
Out. That's a little crazy.
He ruined it.
Yeah.
He did.
It's just stupid because, like, you can probably tell if he has a concussion very quickly.
Yeah. I mean, it's different when Amon-Ra St. Brown gets up after he gets, like, hit in the head and then wobbles a little bit, or
like,
just like,
if you're doing what Tua did, obviously you shouldn't come back in the game.
I feel like that's a completely different scenario. So
if you just like kind of look like you have a concussion, but like you're fine, and then you actually don't have a concussion, I don't see a reason why you shouldn't be allowed back in.
One last thing I want to say about the Cowboys is that returner Turpin is just a beast. He's probably going to be a Pro Bowler. Maybe.
I forgot. But that was the guy who like went off in preseason, I think.
Yeah, and he was the MVP of what was it? The XFL. USFL.
Yeah, that's Tyler's favorite league.
Yeah.
What was your favorite team? The Guardians?
Was that the XFL or
no? It was
no?
actually Philadelphia Stars.
Come on.
Are you serious right now?
The Guardians aren't even in that league.
I don't care. I really don't care about the other leagues.
New York team.
Is Zach Wilson going to be playing there?
We have PJ Walker and Taylor Heineke both starting, and they played in other leagues.
Yeah, and they beat Brady and Rodgers.
Yeah, that's absolutely wild. We could get into the Packers game right now, actually. I think that Heineke just has massive balls.
I think the Packers just suck.
No, that too. But like Heineke is just, he's a small man with not a great arm, and he's not like super athletic, and he just plays like he's like prime Vic.
Yeah, and then Carson Wentz is just terrible.
I
Just have to mention that, even
Heineke's-
though he didn't play.
Yeah, no, he still looked bad. Heineke's actually like probably better for that team right now, and that's not even.
Like Heineke, just like he doesn't have to like care about like losing the starting job. He's not supposed to be the starter.
But he's looked better than the starter. Who's
Yeah,
making
Carson
like
Wentz
$30
is like-
million.
I mean, we've seen the fact he's on his third team already.
I'm pretty sure teams are just like they think they could bring that almost MVP out of Wentz still.
I mean,
It's
it was
just
a
not gonna
1 year
happen.
thing.
Yeah, and he's been like really bad ever since. Going back to the Commanders, though, I think that Antonio Gibson is just looking a lot better than Brian Robinson. Honestly, he's just
They both
way
look pretty
more
good.
explosive. Yeah, but like Brian Robinson, I don't think that he should be getting as many carries as.
I
he
mean,
should.
Antonio Gibson's literally better as a receiver.
Oh yeah, that too, 100%.
Like
Like, you
he's
see
actually
Antonio
running
Gibson-
routes.
It kind of reminds me of like a Pollard and Zeke thing, where Zeke is just he's just a big dude, and
Yeah, but I mean, like Brian Robinson still is coming back from injury.
he
So-
still runs like he's stuck in mud.
Yeah, he did, but he had a solid game.
Yeah, no, he definitely did. He definitely did. I just think that Antonio Gibson just looked a little bit better. I don't think the Packers are using the running backs enough still,
I don't think the
Nah.
Packers are doing anything. well.
Aaron
not.
Jones.
specifically
They'll
Aaron
use-
Jones.
I mean, that's their strong point.
Yeah, those are
Is their
clearly
running
like
backs.
Aaron Jones is your
Use
best
them.
offensive player.
By far.
Yeah, and I mean he had that insane touchdown
Yeah.
over that defender. He had 2 receiving touchdowns. Literally the best receiver on the team. You should get him the ball like every play.
Yeah, they should trade for someone.
Yeah, they have to either sign Odell. It's probably going to be too late if they wait to sign Odell. They got to make.
Yeah,
a
I
trade
mean, they
for
only got like a
somebody.
week left until the deadline. So I think it's
Yeah.
what, like next Monday.
Next Monday or Tuesday. It's the
Yeah.
first.
It's Tuesday.
Oh, so Tuesday. Yeah,
It is
Tuesday.
Tuesday.
They got to do something. It's ridiculous. Next game we're getting into is another QB that actually just got benched, Indianapolis Colts. I think that that's a great decision, first off, because Matt Ryan has not looked good. He looked good like last week.
It was a one game
then-
thing.
It was also
and-
against the Jaguars, so it's not like that impressive.
No, absolutely not. I think it's definitely a good call. I think it should have happened sooner, honestly.
Yeah, I know there's
Probably-
probably using the excuse of like injury. That's
he's not
no.
injured.
Yeah, we know he just sucks.
And Ellinger has some juice in it, man. He looked
Yeah,
good
we'll
when
see. He
played
looked good in
preseason.
preseason,
Yeah. And he's
but we'll see.
much more mobile.
I mean, that's
Yeah,
not hard to do.
that's
I'm-
true, but
I'm
I
also
think it was worth
surprised
that.
they also have Nick Foles.
Nick
Yeah,
Foles is
but
terrible.
like you're not going to go anywhere with the Colts, so it's like might as well just start him, see what happens. You put
That's
in
kinda
Nick
what happened.
Foles, he'll probably like actually win you some games.
Yeah, or just be as bad as Matt Ryan.
Yeah, there's no upside in that.
I think that regardless of who the quarterback is, they just need to rely on JT. And he had like a pretty good game, but he's had a super, super slow start. Part of it is just his O-line is dumpster, but
He didn't touch the ball a lot. I think they were kind of just like easing him back in.
yeah, that could be. He had a bunch of catches for some reason. I think he had like 7.
Yeah, I think he had like 19 touches or something like that. It was
And
around
especially
20.
with the quarterbacks that you're going to be playing, you need to just get that guy the ball
Yeah.
all the time. It's pretty much what the Titans are doing because Tannehill is terrible, but just got to give Derrick Henry the ball.
The Colts can, I mean, obviously use Jonathan Taylor more, but they still got stud wide receivers, Alec
Yeah.
Pearson, Pittman. So they could still.
Didn't
I
he
think
like
it'll-
fumble, bro. Like when they at the end of the game.
Alec Pierce.
No, Pittman. He like fumbled to lose
Oh
the
yeah,
game.
he did. He did.
That division's wide open. They got. I think
It
it's
is.
a good move that they give Ellinger a chance. You know,
Yep.
maybe that'll be the spark for them.
Yeah, and it's not like they need to be great in order to win that division.
No,
Just
you
need to be a
don't.
little bit more than mediocre. Next game we're getting into is just I don't know, upset of the year. Bucks and Panthers. Tom Brady needs to retire, like we said. It's terrible. I
They
can't
ain't on
believe
him.
it.
I ain't
I
blaming
mean-
it on him.
He also
Bro, they
he
still didn't
lost.
score.
They
Like, he's
lost
the
to PJ
quarterback.
Walker, but
They got
no,
like exposed by PJ Walker.
Yeah, I mean
Yeah.
their defense.
That yeah.
But I mean,
it's-
to be fair, like even if you give up 21 points to the Panthers, you're still expected to win that game.
That's why I mean it's not solely on Brady, but Brady is regressing. This is like we're finally seeing.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily agree with that because like what's he regressing in? His arm strength's
Throwing the
still there.
football.
I mean,
I mean, yeah,
His
Mike
arm
Evans
strength and
dropped a
accuracy is still
touchdown.
there. It's just the timing and everything with the receivers just isn't there.
I think he's losing that competitive edge.
Oh, but yeah, but definitely maybe that.
His
You know what else he's
O-line's kinda
losing?
whack.
His O line's terrible.
his
You know what else
wife.
he's losing?
And he can't
Yeah.
move. He's like he's
Oh,
always had a
that's
good
quite
offensive
nasty.
line his whole career, and he finally doesn't have it. And
No, it's not the first time.
And not
First time
having-
on the Bucks.
Yeah,
I
this is
just-
definitely the first time on the Bucks that is just
Whoever
it's-
their new left guard
shambles.
is literally got burned like 30 times.
Yeah, the guy's
I
terrible.
don't even know his
who-
name, but he
have no idea.
I remember seeing like a tweet that like every play he's just getting bull rushed.
I feel like Godwin doesn't do anything either.
He has like so many targets and like a pretty good amount of catches, but I swear he has like 9 catches for like 30 yards. Like he
That
doesn't
was-
actually like move the ball.
I
down the
think he had
field.
like 7. I swear he had like 7 catches for like 40 yards
yeah, that's like
this
weird,
week.
especially for Chris Godwin.
Their play calling is also terrible.
It is.
It's like really bad. Every single time they have a 3rd and 1, they run up the middle of Fournette, and I've never seen it work.
Yeah, Fournette's also like
Yeah,
doesn't
he
look
looks
great.
really slow.
And then Evans just like that deep ball, like that was like the end of the game, like before
Pretty
it even
much.
started.
That
Yeah,
was,
like
was that the
guy,
first
like,
drive?
Yeah,
guy like threw the ball out of his hands. Through, like,
I don't know what
the
he
back
did
of the
there.
end
Yeah.
zone.
And
That was
the,
ridiculous.
Dude, it was wide open too. I was like, oh, nice.
so annoying.
the bad thing also with the Bucks right now is like they got a short week, so they got to figure it out quickly. And you're playing the Ravens. You're not playing the easy.
I mean, the
opponent,
Yeah,
Ravens are kind
Ravens,
of
yeah.
struggling right now. Too.
They are.
Not as bad, but
but
I don't know. It's
I
just like
mean,
it's.
we all thought that them beating the Panthers was a lock.
Yeah, we did.
That was my lock of the week.
Yeah.
You
it's-
know, like
Cold take of the week.
I'll take it because that's ridiculous.
I think we'll all take it. We didn't think Carolina had a chance. The whole world didn't think they had a chance.
Yeah, especially after you lose your best player.
Yeah,
Yeah.
DJ
Well, I
Moore
mean,
finally woke up though.
yeah,
which
he
was
did.
Great to see.
The running backs in place of McCaffrey had like solid games.
Yeah, they both look pretty good.
Yeah.
Deontay Foreman
Hubbard-
had like that crazy long run.
Yeah.
Very weird to see against a Buccaneers defense that we thought was actually very good.
A team that we thought would be in the top in the NFC. And
I mean, it still could be in a couple weeks. NFC isn't very good.
And that's another division that's just wide open. Anything could
Yeah.
happen at that point.
I mean,
which
I don't
is-
think. I think the Bucks will still end up winning, but
I mean,
I
it's
wouldn't
probably
say
my.
that anymore.
I don't know. It's
It's
gonna
hard.
be close.
I mean, the Saints fight, the Falcons fight. Now we have
Yeah.
the Panthers fighting. All
Imagine
these
the
teams really
Falcons.
have nothing to lose.
Next game we're getting into is the Giants and Jags. This was James's only pick against us this week, and he was wrong, unfortunately.
That was a great game though.
Yeah, it
it was
was a
like
very
it
good
wasn't
game.
high scoring, but it was very entertaining. Like
Yeah,
both
there was
sides.
a lot of big plays.
Yeah.
back and
Somehow the
forth.
Giants find a way.
Every single
mean,
week, they
yeah.
find a way to win.
They find
That
a
last
way.
play, that was ridiculous. They stopped him on the one.
Yeah, that was.
oh yeah, I
crazy.
forgot about that.
You know?
That was just a great defensive play, and Christian Kirk didn't need to jump up for that
Yeah,
at
that
all.
kind of screwed him
He
over.
could have easily just caught it and then just fell in the end zone, but
I guess he
jumped
just-
for
I
no
don't know.
reason.
I just
I
like
guess he
anticipated somebody like coming to like make a play on the ball too. Like, I don't know.
Saquon once again is just fantastic. Daniel Jones, Vanilla Vic, guy had like 107 rushing yards.
Gets the job done.
Yeah, he's getting the job done. He's having a pretty good year actually, and he's
He is.
probably going to be so far right now. He is a Pro Bowler, which is disgusting to say or even think about. But
Maybe.
it's true. NFC QBs: Jalen Hurts, Geno, Daniel Jones is probably having the 3rd best year in the NFC.
Kirk.
Yeah, okay. We'll put Kirk at probably number 3 under Geno, I'd say.
I just don't know how they do it. I don't.
know. Brian Dable. That's how.
Yeah, maybe.
And I think, especially if they keep moving forward like this, do you keep Daniel Jones or do you like? That's the question they're going to be asked.
I think
know?
that he's shown enough that you can give him like another 1 year. prove it.
Yeah,
And like if you end up getting a top quarterback in the draft, or maybe Lamar is a free agent or something like that.
Yeah, I think they can pretty much kiss like one of the top QBs goodbye.
Yeah, no, they've won too many.
They're
games
not
at this point.
finishing like they're even like if they fall off, I doubt they finish like
Just-
top
they'll probably
5,
still
top
win a
10.
couple more games.
Yeah.
They might win like 9. to
They'll
10
finish at like
games,
8 or 8, 9, 10. And that's not
Yeah.
that's gonna take you like out of the range of one of the good QBs. So like
Yeah,
at that
definitely.
point, you kind of like I think you gotta stick with Daniel Jones.
Yeah, and he's going to be pretty cheap for
Because
for,
like
a
you're
one-year
not
deal.
they're
Yeah,
not
it's
gonna
gonna be,
sign
like,
Lamar.
Proven anything other than this year.
Yeah, and all he's proven this year is that he could just manage games. He's still
Yeah.
not like
yeah, he's
going to
not.
take you to the next level.
I mean, that's different than the past. In the past, he just turns the ball over and loses games.
Yeah, so it's definitely an improvement, but not one that I would say sign him to a multi-year deal and he's the guy.
Yeah, I'd give him like a 5-year, $300 million deal.
Yeah, let's not do that. Regarding the Jaguars, it's ETN season. Finally, they made it happen.
That's
Big
what you
trade,
think, though.
getting James Robinson to the Jets.
It's actually Jermichael Hasty season.
I mean,
They could be. They really like Jermichael Hasty for some
He
reason.
did score a long touchdown last week
He did. But ETN looked fantastic, except for
when
randomly
he fumbled
dropping
into the
ball.
end zone.
And the fumble too. That was pretty bad. Like he is so explosive. He's the RB1 there, and I think that was a good choice. I think that trade package that they got back for James Robinson was absolute just pennies of what they actually could have gotten. But
Yeah,
I
they
mean, you
coulda
don't
got
know that
better.
though.
yeah, they might have not gotten better offers, but like I don't
They
know,
probably
man.
were like not like
Yeah.
extremely looking to trade him
Yeah, it was quick. You know,
because it came about like 24 hours later.
We'll talk about the Jets now. So many big injuries this week. It's very unfortunate. Brees was having a fantastic year. AVT
So,
was looking great too.
Yeah, I mean, I think AVT, if he would have stayed healthy, would have made the Pro Bowl.
It's possible. And he was
Brees
just a
Hall is
big,
a possible offensive rookie of the year. And
Probable.
It's terrible.
very
but
unfortunate. Two big
but-
keys to that team though, because AVT
Yeah.
is just so versatile.
I think AVT is the bigger loss. With
All right.
the-
Well, I definitely don't think
Nah,
that.
you're trying.
Yeah,
I
don't
agree
that
with
was
you.
all right.
carrying. Yeah.
No, I think AVT was the big loss. I just think with that, our offensive line he was the only guy holding it sort of together. I mean, it's both big losses for the Jets.
The offensive line wasn't even like great
Yeah.
with him there.
So
Zach
it's
Wilson's
like
running backwards 10 yards
because
every play.
he wasn't even playing his like normal position. He was our left guard, and then he was playing left tackle, right tackle. He played every position but center.
Yeah.
Just the Jets defense just held down the fort
Yeah, it was Brett Rippin.
like they were always doing. I
Yeah,
mean,
against
it's a
literal
Skylar
bad.
backup
Thompson.
QBs. You're going against backup QBs once again.
What are we gonna
These
go?
are not
Are we
impressive
going to?
wins.
Are we gonna go up against a backup QB this week too?
Probably.
I mean,
It doesn't
technically,
matter.
yeah, because the Patriots starters are both backups.
That's cap.
It's not.
Injuries is part of the game. We lost two of our best players. It's not our problem that we're playing backups every week.
Yeah, but you also can't say that it's like a top 5 defense when you're going against absolute trash cans at quarterback. And the Broncos, even if they had Russ and you beat Russ, not a good team.
no, they're not. But like,
Russ probably wins that game though.
Probably
don't-
not.
Honestly, I
know.
don't even know that. I don't even know.
Yeah. Like,
I think he
how-
would have.
where do you get that info from? Did you watch?
he
the-
just thinks every
no,
team
I-
can beat the Jets.
All right, shut
that's
up, bro.
that's what
Hey,
he
yo.
thinks.
Why?
He thinks every team can just beat the Jets.
Well, I mean, to be fair, bro, they beat Skylar Thompson.
okay, you lost to the Chicago Bears,
And you'll lose to the Patriots next week, so
You think
All right,
that.
bro.
But,
I think
bro,
this Sunday's gonna be a great game.
It's probably going to be terrible.
yeah,
It's not gonna be terrible.
It's
It's gonna be
a
like
terrible
3
game, so-
QBs. Like the Patriots are gonna like cycle 3 QBs, like
Yeah.
with like Woodland Middle School football.
I want to add how Sauce got away with like 15 penalties.
That did happen.
He
It
did
was
get away with a
insane.
lot, but
Yeah, he did.
I'll admit the rest were bad on both sides of that game.
Yeah, they let him
They
play,
were-
though. I'm not going to complain about that.
Yeah, they were really bad both sides.
I'm
But
pretty sure the Broncos had like 8 more penalties than the Jets.
yeah, but it was still some of the calls were just like they were bad. But
Yeah, we had-
all I wanted to say is Zach Wilson just needs to step up. That's all.
He needs to
He
actually like do
sucks.
something.
Yeah, he needs to step up in the pocket and throw the ball.
Yeah, instead of
Yeah.
running
the
backwards and
backwards.
spinning every 2
Ran
seconds.
out of 7 sacks last game.
Yeah, but
And did
it's
what?
kind of his fault though.
How is it his
'Cause
fault? He has 2 seconds to throw the ball.
Because just throw the
He has
ball
2
away.
seconds to throw the ball.
Just throw the ball away.
Yeah, he's trying to make a play. He almost made a play, and entire Conklin
Exactly.
just
Dude, the guy
walks
thinks
to the-
he's like Mahomes. Like he's trying to do too much. Next game we're getting into is the Browns and the Ravens. I don't know what's going on with the Ravens like offense. Lamar is just like his whole mentality has changed. Like he's not looking to run the ball at all. And I can understand like you're trying to get the ball into your playmakers' hands, but
He
it's
probably doesn't want
like
to
a
get hurt.
different-
Like
yeah,
ruin
I
himself
think
from a
he's
bag.
trying. Like he saw the injury with Tua, especially now after seeing with Justin Fields. Even though he didn't get hurt last week, he took a lot of big hits against the Patriots.
Because he's an idiot. That's why.
He is, and I think Lamar's just trying to be smart and not get injured.
Lamar also is like due to get a
It's
bag.
Football,
So
tell him to run.
he's
Yeah,
not going to want
that's
to
what it is.
Especially-
He's supposed
like
to
cost
do.
himself money.
Lamar is like one of the most electrifying players with the ball in his hands, and he's just like not using that. And
I
he
mean,
gained
he's
weight in the
not.
offseason.
Yeah.
He got a little bigger and he's a little slower. And Lamar has just gotten cold. Like he started off the year so hot in the MVP race. Now he's just, I don't know.
Yeah.
Everyone on that offense is just like,
Mark
not-
Andrews.
yeah,
was
Mark
not
Andrews
good.
is like, they did like a halfback toss.
Mark
like
Andrews
Lamar
didn't have a catch.
Jackson.
Yeah.
Wait,
He
was that
celebrated
Andrews
nat-
that tossed that?
It was,
yeah, it was
like,
Mark
this guy's
Andrews that
playing a
tossed it to
quarterback, like,
Lamar
what are
or
you
me.
doing?
Yeah, he celebrated National Tight End Day with 0 catches for 0
Yeah,
yards.
good job, buddy.
Regarding the Browns, Jacoby Brissett just sold, I guess. There was nothing really
There's
crazy
nothing
there.
really much to say about them. They just got to just like kind of wait till Watson comes back at this point.
I
pretty
still
much.
wonder, like, should they trade Kareem Hunt?
They definitely should.
Probably.
You know,
100%.
like,
I mean,
100%
he,
should.
you know, there was a lot of speculations in the beginning of the season. He wanted trade, he wanted out, and they could
And, like,
get something good for him.
Probably
100%.
not.
And you've seen that like Dearness Johnson could be a very good backup. You're just wasting Kareem Hunt. Like he's not going to re-sign with you next year.
And
I would say just cut your ties. I mean, he's a great player, but
yeah,
at this
he
point,
deserves to be on a team that where he's the number.
Does he
one.
He's
deserve
coming
it,
back to
though?
the Chiefs,
he's a starter on a bunch
the
of teams.
Bills.
Yeah,
Like
100% Bills.
He's better than Devin Singletary. I mean,
Jets could have traded for
the
him.
Jets could have traded for him. I'd still take him over James Robinson any day.
I would too,
Yeah.
but I think we would have had to give up a lot more for him.
I don't.
obviously.
Yeah, running back
No,
trades are so
honestly,
shot.
yeah.
Like
Especially how
McCaffrey,
he's
Toss a few.
McCaffrey
draft
got a
picks.
lot because it's McCaffrey.
Yeah,
But Kareem Hunt on a contract year, so
You probably
I-
get like a fifth or sixth. You probably get like the same thing James Robinson went for.
yeah, and I honestly wouldn't be
Maybe
surprised at that at
maybe
all.
a fifth rounder turns into a fourth rounder instead of a sixth.
Yeah, something like that. I mean, at the time of this recording, a trade has not happened yet. I would not be surprised whatsoever if they end up trading him by the deadline. And I would actually like to see it happen.
Yeah, I think he'll get traded.
Like where?
I don't know. Maybe the Bills actually trade
Maybe-
for a running back.
I doubt
That'd
it.
be
They're
really
literally in
smart.
every single conversation when there's like a big free agent running back or like a running back is on the trade block. It's like, oh, Bills, they're looking into it. No, they're not. They never are.
Yeah.
I'd love it.
I mean, they got to get an actual
I-
running back at some point.
I think they
I
can
don't know.
just stick with
I
Singletary.
mean, Singletary's not even that bad.
Yeah.
They just don't like give
Singletary's
him the
good.
ball.
Yeah. Like Singletary's so shifty.
Like Kareem Hunt would be good, like good receiving back for the Bills.
Yeah, I think that he would be a great party offense. He wouldn't cost a lot. So I don't know. We'll see. Next game we're getting into is the Texans and the Raiders. And I think the Raiders finally found their identity, and their identity is Josh Jacobs.
Yes.
Yeah, he's been a dog this year.
Yeah.
He
I mean,
started
he's-
off a little slow, but now he is just on a tear.
I think he's
It's
top
crazy.
5 in rushing yards now.
Yeah,
I don't even
he
think
is.
top 5. I think
He's
it's like
top
top
three.
3.
I think he was top 5
I
already.
think he's
and then he had,
behind
like,
Chubb
130.
and
Saquon.
Saquon. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
it.
But I mean, that's what they needed to do. They started off the year so slow. Josh Jacobs started heating up. You start winning games, and it's not like you don't have a very good quarterback with very good receivers and like a good tight end and all that. But if you get that running game going, that's going to open up everything else. so
Yeah,
much
it's
more.
gonna open up Devontae, Hunter, Matt Collins, even.
Regarding the Texans, they suck. There's
Yeah.
nothing else to say.
Yeah,
They just
Damian
don't.
Pierce
they
is still
suck.
good, but
Yeah,
They
everybody
have
else
no one else.
sucks.
And Brandon Cooks. I feel bad for that guy. Trade him.
Still free Brandon Cooks.
Free Brandon Cooks.
They still got some good pieces. Like Jalen Petrie's look pretty good. He started off the year hotter than what he's doing right now. Stingley looks great.
Yes.
There's a couple pieces on that team, but they're just bad. And I
Yeah,
don't
Yeah, I
think
mean, it's all
Lovie
like
Smith is a
young
great
guys who like
coach.
will be there for a while. So maybe you just gotta keep building. Maybe
Yeah.
something
I
happens
think
eventually.
they definitely need to move on from Davis Mills.
Yeah, I think it was a good idea because he showed a lot of promise last year.
He
Yeah.
did. He showed a lot.
Yeah, but this year you just haven't seen enough. You got to move on from him. It's not like he was supposed to be the starter anyway.
No,
Like,
he never
it was. Not a
was.
high draft pick that you spent on him. It was kind of like a flyer. Hey, he looked good. Let's give him another year. If it turns out, whatever. If not, we knew we were going to get a quarterback anyway. So, all right, next game we're getting into is the Seahawks and the Chargers. Brandon Staley is just a terrible coach.
Yeah, he should go.
He should 100% go.
He
Obviously,
probably
Chargers are
will be
getting.
gone after the year
I would say so.
if he makes it there. Actually,
That's not even a big stretch. The only thing that I will say, there is a bunch of injuries. Obviously now Mike Williams going to be out for a while.
JC Jackson's out for the year.
he was getting
Yeah, that's
torn
probably better off for
anyways.
them though. He was doing terrible this year. It's very unfortunate that he got hurt, but he was just not good. Not worth that contract at all so far.
I just don't get other
I don't know.
defenses always just like not good
We
when they
have
have like
so many good
studs.
pieces. It's insane.
mean-
That's why I think it has to be coaching.
It
Yeah.
definitely. I mean, I've seen it like just from the games they play against the Chiefs. Like they basically could win all those games, and he just like makes terrible decisions and they lose.
Yeah. And he's another one that's like, oh, analytics, got to go
Yeah.
for it.
Yeah, they go for fourth downs all the time, and it just
there's probably been a like mad games where like if they just kick the field goals, they win.
they win.
Regarding the Seahawks, DK, pretty big loss for them. I don't know how long he's going to be out. They didn't really
Yeah, I
say,
don't think
but
they said.
that's very unfortunate. But Kenneth Walker is fantastic. He's going to be in the running for Rookie of the Year.
Yeah.
So you got to run
Yeah.
that offense through him. Gino's still
He
looking
might.
pretty good.
Nah,
Gino's still a dog.
yeah.
Yeah, he's still looking really good. Now we're going to the Chiefs and Niners game. Chiefs are fantastic. Finally, the
Yeah.
receivers stepped up. Juju had another great game. MVS had extremely clutch catch. McCole Hardman had a record-setting day.
2 rushing touchdowns and 1 receiving touchdown, but they were basically all rushing touchdowns. But
Yeah,
he literally just like pitched it forward,
Yeah.
and so it's basically rushing. But
the
it
classic
counts for
stat
that.
pad
Yeah,
play.
yeah. I mean, Mahomes balled out.
Yeah, he had a great game.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
good to see Juju finally like stepping up. Last 2 games, he had a touchdown over 120 yards both games. So
And we had obviously that big trade last Thursday night with CMC on the 49ers. I know we got to see him this week Sunday, but
yeah, he looks good. They just didn't use him a lot.
Yeah.
I think he only
Which was
touched the ball like
expected.
10 times.
You could see he's going to be an absolute monster in that offense. Once they really get him going, probably this week against the
Yeah,
Rams, very,
I-
very big game.
I think they're gonna get him going because I mean, like we
They're
saw
gonna need
last week, he only had the time on the one day to learn the playbook. He got on the plane.
Yeah, I mean, it's like
It's
at the end of the
hard.
day, though, it's CMC. Just give him the ball and he'll make a play. Like
Exactly. And that's kind
too
of what they
many-
did.
You went down against the Chiefs. Like, I don't know. I feel like they should have just started using him a lot more.
Jimmy Garoppolo, that one interception was just maybe the most brain dead play I've ever seen, other than him
And he-
running out of the back of the end zone.
And he has no awareness. Like when Frank
Yeah.
Clark like sacked him for the safety. Like, dude, like
That's
how
terrible.
do you?
Like,
I don't know.
is your peripheral vision just not working?
Like this
Have you
guy
not
just
seen the
running
guy?
full speed at you, and like you
Yeah.
didn't even react.
It was terrible.
And the Niners defense, like I don't know what happened to them. I
Went
don't know.
from like best defense in the league to just extremely
they
suspect.
got torched by the Falcons. That was like the downfall.
Yeah, and then just absolutely exposed. I mean, they're
Yeah.
dealing with their own injuries, but
Yeah.
no excuse for how they looked. Bosa's still looking good when he's on the field. Other guys like obviously Warner, and then Hufanga. Hufanga got hurt, right?
I
Is
think he
gonna
had a
be
concussion.
Yeah, he'll be fine. Getting into the Sunday night game, Steelers and Dolphins. The Steelers literally handed them the game. They just did not want to catch any passes from Tua. I'm pretty sure he had 4 or 5
was
drop
4.
picks. That's ridiculous.
Yeah,
And
it
they were
was
like
4.
bad ones.
Yeah, they
too.
were really bad
Yeah,
ones.
I know. Tua did not have a good game. Very rusty.
Yeah, well, 2 is like always throws a lot of passes that should get picked off and just never do.
Well, they started off so hot. I thought it was just going to be a blowout because like they looked good the first drive and
Yeah,
the
it's like
second
march
drive,
down.
Yeah, I mean, like a lot of like coaches do the thing where they like script out the first drive beforehand,
which
and
is
then
probably
it
what
clearly
happened.
worked out, and then the rest of the game just didn't do anything.
The Dolphins not kicking that field goal to go up 2 possessions late in the game almost came back to bite them in the ass, and I wish it did. That was very annoying to see that it didn't end up screwing them in the end. Also, Kenny Pickett living up to his name.
I was just about to say that.
He's really putting the pick in Pickett. Jesus Christ.
Baby
man.
hands.
Yeah, he can't grip the football, so he just throws it to the other team.
George Pickens had a nice touchdown though.
One last thing I want to say about the Steelers. Obviously, we know the play calling is terrible, but you see a couple plays per game where you get Najee in space and he makes stuff happen. Like they had one, I think it was like I don't even know if it was a screen. He was just like on a little out and he made like 3 or 4 people miss and got a first down. And then rest of the game, they're just like running them up the middle every single time. But then you get Warren on the field and you're throwing screens to him. It doesn't make sense. That play calling's terrible. Matt Cannon needs to be fired instantly. Going into the Monday night game, Patriots, Bears. I don't know, man. I really thought that I had so much confidence in the Patriots defense, and then they did that.
Yeah, I had confidence too.
I just didn't understand like their game plan.
No, I mean,
I-
like it's always been a thing that they can't stop running quarterbacks. So Fields was just running at every play.
Yeah, no, but like
No,
they also
like-
just made him look like prime Vic throwing passes too.
Yeah, but
Which
I
is
mean,
not a
it
Justin
was also
Fields
weird.
thing.
Like everyone was just wide open, so I don't know what they were doing.
Yeah, no, it didn't make much sense.
Equinemy St. Brown just running open on like 3rd
Yeah,
down. I'm
I
like,
heard his name way too often.
yeah. They said they were playing a lot of zone, and they like never do that, and they've never been good at that in 10 years.
I don't know why they decided to.
You have
to switch
corners
up
and
there.
safeties who are literally built for man coverage only, and you put them in zone, and they just don't know what to do. Their linebackers are terrible, slow. Jelani Tavai is covering people for some reason. The two
losses.
of the starting safeties got hurt.
It wouldn't have mattered much. They were getting
Yeah.
just exposed anyway.
And like now, if they're like out for a while, like you got Jabril Peppers. He's been fine, but
Forgot he was on
Kyle
the team.
Duggar and Adrian Phillips are like actually good. Their other safeties are special teams players.
Now we're gonna have to talk about the quarterback situation that happened. Let's hear your take on it.
That game plan, I don't know what they're thinking.
No, I
I'm
think
sorry.
I don't really know what happened. There's been a lot of like conflicting reports since saying that like Belichick didn't want Mac to play, but he was kind of like pushing to play the whole time. They like wanted to just make him inactive, and he didn't want to. So I don't really know. He also said that like he planned on switching them like numerous times throughout the game.
He
That's
just
like
didn't though.
yeah, he didn't, but that's just like
Yeah.
that's high school stuff. That's like doesn't even make sense. You can't win a game like that. And it also doesn't help when you're running like two completely different offenses where Bailey Zappi's under center, play action, motion behind the line, and then Mac Jones is in, he's just shotgun every play. I don't understand like how you expect to win like that when first off, apparently no one on the team besides the coaches knew the quarterbacks were switching. So all your skill players are just standing there like, what's going on? So I don't know like what the actual game plan was there.
Yeah, it was a weird situation. Also, Mac Jones got to stop doing that thing where he just throws it off his back foot.
Yeah, I don't know
just-
why he started doing that one.
Yeah, I don't know. It's
I
not
actually
like
don't know why people don't get open when he's in the game.
it's pretty funny.
It's
to
an
see,
actual
honestly.
thing at this point. You
Zappy
saw
goes
it.
in for one play,
the
Jacoby
guy's-
Myers
Jacoby Myers wide open.
Yeah.
Ramondre Stevenson had like a 20-yard catch out of the backfield.
Yeah.
No, that doesn't happen. Mac Jones threw 6 passes, and I don't think he had a single guy open. I know there was one pass where it was the play right before he got picked off, where he actually had 2 guys like open down the field, and he just didn't see them. So that's like another thing when he's just like not seeing down the field. I don't think he's used to actually having people open down the field.
That's embarrassing.
And then the offensive line was terrible.
Yeah, Trent Brown is doing
Absolutely
his best
terrible.
Isaiah Wynn impersonation.
It was one of the worst offensive line performances I think I've ever seen. You had Trent Brown taking 5 penalties. Everyone else is just getting bull rushed. I don't know what was going on.
All right, we're gonna get into our MVPs of the week. Starting it off, I'm gonna go with Joe Burrow. Literal honorable mention to Tyler Boyd and Jamar Chase. But Joe Burrow looked like how he did all of last year, had 481 yards, 3 touchdowns. He looked fantastic. Obviously, he's not going against the best defense in the world, to say the least. But he was making great throws. He looked great.
I'm gonna do Mecole Hardman along with Mahomes and Juju. I mean, Mecole obviously he had that like record-breaking game. Mahomes threw for like 400 yards, 3 touchdowns, and Juju finally looking like a wide receiver 1 that the Chiefs hoped he was going to be. So,
All right. So I'm going to pick a co-MVPs of the week, and it's going to be Taylor Heineke and PJ Walker for 2 guys who are not expected to start, or even when they start, not expected to do anything, and they beat Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers. So
Impressive performances by
can't
those
ask
two.
for much more from them.
For my MVP of the week, I'm gonna do Josh Jacobs. He had 3 touchdowns. And he's really the reason why the Raiders won this week. If it wasn't for him, they probably would have lost.
All right, to get into the week 8 predictions, starting off with the Thursday night game, Ravens and Bucks. We all collectively have the Ravens on this one. The Bucks have just looked terrible all around. Their defense doesn't look good. The offense obviously has been terrible. And not to say that the Ravens have been great.
I'm just gonna go with the Ravens here, just because I mean the Bucks are kind of just in shambles right now. I think Lamar is due for like a big game, big rushing game too. I think Lamar's just gonna pick apart like the Bucks defense. So
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised like if the Bucks somehow won.
If they get it together on offense, then I could definitely see it happening. But
Yeah,
I
I
just
mean,
don't
it's
think,
like a big ass because they've looked terrible the last couple of weeks,
Yeah.
but you never know. Maybe one of
Especially
these
on a
weeks it
short
actually
week.
starts clicking.
Next game we're getting into is the Broncos and Jags. Rupp has the Broncos. We all have the Jags.
Damn, really?
Well, yeah. What are your thoughts, man?
I don't know.
he's Broncos country. Let's
Yeah, I'm
ride.
riding for the
ride.
Broncos.
I do want the Broncos to lose because if they lose, it looks like Bradley Chubb is going somewhere else.
I don't think that's
What?
No, they actually said that.
That's
That was
no,
a
they
report
said
that
that.
came out earlier. They
If
said if
they
they lose,
lose-
they'll probably trade him.
Yeah.
Wow. I didn't hear
Wow.
that.
I didn't hear that either. I just
Yeah.
don't. That's stupid. If we lose the game to the Jacksonville Jaguars, we'll trade one of our best players.
Well,
That doesn't make sense.
Yeah,
Well,
that
you
makes
see
sense,
their
bro.
head
You're a
coach.
poverty team if you lose to the Jags.
Yeah, but like you're in
Well, the
win now.
Bills
mode.
lost to them last
The
year.
Jags aren't even that bad. Why are we talking about them like they're like trash?
I'm
Yeah,
not
they
saying
actually
that they're-
are pretty solid. They
They're
have
like
like a-
respectable.
yeah, they've been like weirdly inconsistent though.
I'm just
are a
riding
better
for
team.
Broncos country.
Go ahead, man. I don't
Broncos
care.
country.
Yeah, the ride might crash you to the wall, but
Yeah,
Yeah.
it might.
Let Russ cook.
I was just about to say the exact same thing, bro. You beat me to it.
Next game we're getting into is the Dolphins and the Lions. We all have the Dolphins on this one.
Yeah, Lions just look like trash the last few weeks.
Yeah, and I don't think they're going to be able to stop Tyreek and Waddle.
they're definitely not.
Well, I mean, Jeff Okuda did like shut down Jefferson, so you never know.
Yeah, Okuda's looked great. That's
Akuda also played linebacker last week. I don't know if anyone saw that.
yeah, he had like 15 tackles or something.
Yeah, because they put him out. They actually put him out like middle linebacker, and they said it worked out.
Well, it didn't. They lost.
Well, no,
but
it worked out for him.
I guess so. He's actually been one of the few bright spots on that defense. And honestly, in the recent weeks on that team overall, that could be another coaching thing because they have a lot of good players on offense.
I mean, they are having some like injury problems on
Yeah,
offense
definitely.
at least. DJ
Definitely.
Chark's on IR. Amon-Ra's been like in and out, and
Yeah.
Swift's been out for a couple of weeks.
Once
So,
they all get healthy again, you get Jamison Williams back. I hope they
I
can.
forgot about him.
Yeah, I think he's going to be great once.
Yeah, who knows?
once
I
he
don't.
starts playing.
Did they even say like when he's supposed to come back?
No, the only thing that they said is that he's going to play this year. They just haven't said when.
Yeah, like week 18.
Maybe. Technically, it's this year if it happens. Next game we're getting into is the Vikings and the Cardinals. We're split on this. Me and Rupp have the Vikings. Tyler and James have the Cards. I think that the Vikings are just a better team right now.
Yeah, that's I agree with that.
Yeah, I think it could go either way. I just think, the Cardinals, now that they have D-Hop, their offense looks a lot better.
Yeah, I mean,
It
if
should be a good one.
I
Yeah.
hope it's a good game, but like their offense didn't look amazing last week. If they don't
Yeah.
get those 2 pick sixes, they lose the game.
I think it
But
definitely
Andy
looked
Dalton.
better. I mean, you're getting
It's not
probably
really hard
still
to
a
do
top
when you.
5 receiver in football back, but I don't think I saw a big enough step
No,
from
I
what they
agree.
were to put them over. And the Vikings are 5-1 right now. They are still
Yeah.
a very, very good team. We cannot forget about them. And I don't think anybody's going to be able to guard Justin Jefferson.
No, not in the Cardinals.
Marco Wilson, go
Yeah,
throw a
this
shoe,
will-
buddy. Next game we're getting into is the Bears and the Cowboys. I know that we saw the Bears with a dominant performance on Monday Night Football, but we all have a Cowboys on this one pretty easily. I think the Cowboys probably going to start to heat up once they're getting Dak a few more game reps.
Unless
Other
Justin
than-
Fields is just like actually taking a step in the right
He's
direction.
definitely not.
He's not.
I mean, the last 2 weeks he hasn't looked terrible. Like he didn't look terrible against the Commanders.
It looks pretty bad to me. I don't know.
Yeah, he's
He
not.
missed a wide open touchdown pass.
He did that, but like overall, his stats weren't really that bad in that game.
Nah, I just think Cowboys defense will hold them.
Yeah, I mean that's what we
Parsons.
thought about the Patriots defense. So
Yeah, but I think the Cowboys defense is actually good, not just like a fluky good like the Patriots.
no, I mean
So-
Patriots defense looked good for 5 weeks.
Yeah, but then they didn't.
Yeah.
Cowboys defenses look great every week.
Yeah, this is the lock of the week.
That means that they're gonna lose.
That's not my lock of the week, but
Every
I-
time
that's
someone
my
says lock of the week,
week.
they lose.
Dude, they
Or
won't
it's actually
lose.
happened every week, but all right.
Yeah,
This is
just
James'
wait.
lock of the week. We'll see. Next game we're getting into is the Raiders and the Saints. We all have the Raiders on this one. Like I said before, when we were talking about them, they finally found their identity, and it's Josh Jacobs. So you just got to let Josh Jacobs carry your team right now. And once that running game gets going, it's going to open up the offense for Devontae,
Yeah.
Renfro, maybe Darren Waller if he's alive. Who knows?
Saints are poverty.
Yeah, Andy Dalton, Jameis Winston, whoever plays, probably Dalton. I
Dalton.
still think
Titans.
like they don't give Kamara the ball enough. They don't use him well.
No, they give him the ball enough, but like they literally
Not in
just
the right
set him
way.
up for failure.
Yeah.
I don't know if Michael Thomas is playing, but
Probably
that's
not.
That's
Dude,
like
the
a
guys-
big.
That's
That's the
that's
softest player in the league.
Yeah, I was gonna.
that's the injured guy from SpongeBob.
At
When
my
he
leg.
said his-
The guy
Nah,
that walks
the-
out
the-
his door. That's
Yeah,
Oh,
the
I
guy-
have glass bones and
Yeah,
paper
that's-
skin.
That's Michael Thomas.
Yeah. Okay. That makes sense.
Chocolate.
Is that the same episode?
Yeah,
Why do they
it
sell
is.
it? Yeah, it is because they're going
Yo, why
door
do
to
you guys
door.
sound
Yeah,
like
that
the
actually
guy?
sounded just like him.
Next game we're getting into is the Steelers and Eagles. They were once the same team, but no more.
Is this your
Eagles.
lock of the week?
This is my lock of the week.
All right.
Let's go.
Well,
Steelers.
rip Eagles undefeated season.
I guess so.
Blame it on Steve.
That's not
Yeah, blame it
happening
on me.
anyways.
They could, bro. They have the softest
It
schedule
doesn't
of all
matter.
time.
It's like you're gonna lose a game you shouldn't lose.
Probably, but like
Dude,
At
if they
this
go
point-
if they go 16-0, I'll get an Eagles tattoo.
17 and 0.
17.
Yes, I forgot they added a game.
I just think the Eagles defense is.
Yeah,
enough.
Kenny Pickett, like
Yeah, I don't think the
little
Steelers can
baby
do
hands, will probably
anything.
throw 4
Right.
picks.
Yeah, the Steelers just haven't shown enough offensively or defensively for me to say that they're gonna even compete with this team.
Yeah.
The Eagles have looked, I'm not gonna say unstoppable, but they have looked fantastic.
Yeah.
Next game we're getting into is the Pats and the Jets. Once again, we are split. Obviously, we know if Rep's going for the Pats, Tyler's going for the Jets.
Who else picked the Patriots?
I did.
Let's go.
Wow.
The only reason that I think the Patriots will win this game is because the Jets lost their team. and his name was
We
Brees Hall.
didn't lose our team, but
No,
Yeah,
it's
I mean, to be
it's Michael
fair-
Carter season.
Look,
To be
I
fair,
think
in
it's
this
gonna
game, Brees Hall probably would have gotten like shut down a bit, and it would have like fallen
After
on Zach Wilson.
after Monday night's performance, I would not believe that.
I think it's gonna be a good game. It's
Yeah,
a
Sauce
divisional
pick six
game.
loading.
Yeah, probably.
It's gonna be a battle of the defense.
Sauce is just gonna go guard Devontae Parker, who'll put up his zero catches, 0 yards. I'm
He
fine
also-
with it.
Yeah, he also
Yeah.
has to go. They got DJ Reed. Michael
Yeah, I'm not
Carter
scared of him.
second.
Michael Carter.
Dude, there's
The
no way that
cornerback.
you just said
Michael
can't.
Carter.
Michael Carter,
I
the
know
cornerback.
Carter. The guy's terrible. Why even mention his name?
It'll be a good game.
I honestly think it's going
Probably
to be a
a terrible
terrible
game.
game. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't see how this is going to be a good game. I just don't think that Zach Wilson can carry an offense. The
I,
only
I-
way,
I think that's what it comes down to. I'm not even
Exactly.
saying that like I don't know who's starting for the Patriots. I have no clue. I don't think
Tom
I don't
Brady.
think it'll matter. I think like it's going to come down to Zach Wilson making a play,
and I just don't think he can do that.
and based off what we've seen, I don't think
No.
it'll happen.
It really depends on how James Robinson and Michael Carter look. Next game we're getting into is the Titans and the Texans. Once again, we all collectively have the Titans.
Yeah,
even-
this is like we don't need to talk about it. The Texans suck, and there's like
Yeah.
literally zero chance.
Derrick
they'll
Henry-
win.
Derrick Henry's getting 200 yards.
It
Nah.
would not surprise me.
Rupp.
Yes. Oh
Is
yeah,
this
it's
your
my
lock
lock
of
of
the
the week. Yeah.
Okay.
Wait,
All
so
right.
wait, does everybody have a lock of the week? now?
Tyler
I
doesn't.
don't.
Next game we're talking about is the Seahawks and Giants. Everybody has the Seahawks except for me. I have the Giants. I don't know. Giants just find a way.
They do. Find
I
a
think
way.
this is the week where
Yeah.
they don't.
Is Geno
I can
Smith
definitely
time.
see it. I 100%.
They
I
rolled
just,
him off, but he ain't right back.
He ain't right
But-
back.
I mean, it's also like the Seahawks don't have DK, most likely.
Yeah, I don't care.
They
That
haven't,
doesn't
like,
phase
said,
me.
right?
Yeah,
He's
it-
probably not playing this week.
That's all right.
Yeah,
I think they said a couple weeks. That doesn't move me though. I don't know. I just
I
think
can
this
definitely see
week
it
where the
going
Giants
Seahawks
just
way.
lose.
That should be a good game again too.
this is actually the only game the week that both teams have a winning record.
Yep. That's disgusting to
weird.
think about.
Yeah, it's really weird.
know,
Like,
Especially when you
told me that
have
before
games
the
like
season.
Ravens, Bucks, Packers, Bills.
yeah.
It's ridiculous. Next game we're getting into is the Commanders and the Colts. Rupp is the only one that has the Colts here. I'm guessing he believes in Sam Ellinger.
Yeah, I'm
We
gonna
do
give him
not.
a chance.
I give him a chance. Great.
I give him a chance too. I just never seen how he plays. And after that Taylor Heineke big win against, I mean, it really wasn't a big win, but they beat the Packers.
I could definitely see Jonathan Taylor getting back in the swing of things against a not great Commanders defense. But honestly, I think that's the only way that the Colts end up winning because Ellinger looked pretty good in the preseason, but I don't know if he could. if
Yeah,
he
that's
could carry a game.
preseason, so
Yeah, exactly. Next game we're getting into is the 49ers and the Rams. We all have the Niners on this one. Niners have just owned the Rams recently. Plus,
yeah,
they
the-
just get one of the most dynamic players in football right now who looked really good on limited opportunities last week.
yeah, and Matt Stafford sucks.
The Rams have not looked good except for like Cooper
Debo's
Kupp.
gonna cook.
Debo might not
Ramsey's a
play
bum.
actually.
Oh,
Oh yeah, I saw that he was up.
Yeah, he's been hurt.
Ayuk's gonna cook Ramsey then.
Yeah, exactly. Even if Debo doesn't play, I'm still taking the Niners on this.
Yeah, I don't care.
I think that
Kittle starting to look
CMC
better,
can just
too.
play that Debo role
Yeah,
fine.
Like
Kittle looks
Kittle
great.
looked good against the Chiefs last week.
and honestly, I think that this is going to be the game where we see like a vintage CMC performance now on a much better team than the Panthers. I think that he's going to have a great game, and that's what it's going to be. the
Yeah,
deciding factor.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
like to see CMC. I know we got a little teaser of him last week, but I think now we're gonna see him fully.
Yeah, CMC unleashed should be fun to see. Get into the Sunday night game. Bills Packers.
why
This
is
should-
I mean, it should have been a good game.
Yeah, and on paper in the beginning of the year sounds like a great game,
Yeah,
but
do we all
yeah,
have the Bills?
we all have the Bills. Yeah.
Yeah.
This
pretty
is my
easily.
lock of the week.
Okay. Thanks, Tyler.
Yeah.
I don't know. For some reason, like I think the Bills are probably going to win by like 20. But like for some reason, I could see
I don't. I think it'll
Aaron
be.
Rodgers like doing something. I don't know.
What, like
yeah, I
yelling
think
at
it's
his
gonna be like
teammates?
closer.
Probably.
Like I'm taking Packers plus 10.5.
The Packers have never won in Buffalo, and Rodgers is like 0-6 when he's, I think, like a 4.5 point underdog or more. This is the only time in his career where he's been a 10.5 point underdog. There's no way. The Bills have looked fantastic, probably the best team in football, other than like the Chiefs or the Eagles, which are obviously in the conversation as well. Yeah, this shouldn't be a close game.
Yeah, probably won't be.
I think the Packers will stay in it a little bit, but
let's
I
see
don't-
if they use their running backs. You know,
Yeah, if they start using Aaron Jones like all over the field,
Yeah.
I could see that being a problem. But I mean, I'm not afraid of Alan Lazard and Robert Tunyon. It's pretty much just-
wait. You're gonna
I-
regret saying that.
I don't think I will. Tre'Davious White could be back too, but I don't think they're going to activate him to cover
Yes.
Alan Lazard.
There's only no point.
Yeah, they're probably going to do that next week. Even if
They
they
don't
do
even-
activate him, I don't think he's going to play.
they don't even need to activate him next week. We play the Jets. They don't throw the ball.
It's kind
I
of
mean, technically, they probably don't have to activate him for any of the games. Like,
yeah, the defense.
That's
is
what
the
we're
offense
going.
is. All right, and then to close out the week, Monday night, Bengals and Browns. We all have the Bengals on this one. They're finally starting to heat up. And look how they looked last year. Browns have not looked great except for Nick Chubb and some random Jacoby Brissett throws every now and then.
Yeah, I don't got much to say. I think the
Yeah,
Browns are just gonna win it.
I just think after their big win, you know, Joe Burrow had a big game last week. They're just gonna build off of that. and
Yeah.
let it roll.
Agreed.
Browns
Yeah.
aren't really good, so
No, especially their defense been terrible.
Nice Halloween night game
Yeah, should be fun.
with the teams that wear orange and black.
Well, the Browns wear brown, so
Well, the Bengals
Close enough.
wear orange and black.
all right, to get into the records for last week, James obviously had the one pick off from us, which did not go his way. So me, Rupp, and Tyler went 10-4 for the week. James went 9-5. So good job for all of us. Good week. Good week. Clap it up. Yes, we all deserve it. All right, for the year now, me and Rupp are 54-38. Tyler, a little behind, but he's in the race right now. He's 50-42. And James's lead is dwindling away, 58-34. He's still got a comfortable 4-game
lead.
lead. Yeah, but hey, it's anybody's race right now. All right, so that concludes this week's episode of the Sportorium podcast. Hope you all enjoyed. Until next time,
thank
Peace.
you.
So long.
go Bills.